ready to do some custom tray material. I'm gonna grab one sheet, make sure you put it back inside and close it. And what I want to do with this basically is to create a custom tray, but this custom tray is going to be a little peculiar, and you'll see. You can put a little bit of Vaseline there, and I want you to start pressing on it. What am I missing here, guys? Right? Remember, you can always get a little bit more. In this case, you will need two anyways. You can always get a little bit more, a little bit on the other side, and make sure you fill up
the tissue stops.
The tissue stops before starting to adapt these. And you see how I'm making sure it's going all the way in? I'm even pushing it a little bit more.
Don't make it too thin down into the bottom of the vestibule, because you want it the same thickness kind of down there.
Yes, sir.
Makes it easier to keep that compound balanced on that ledge.
If you see the excess of the tray, I'm pushing it onto the landing area inside, just to make it a little bit thicker on that side. Even also on this. Make sure. Oh, what am I forgetting? Don't forget. Come on, Dr. Van. Don't let me forget.
I figure you're going to do one side one way, one the other, and show
that's
one
what
is
it was.
superior.
That's what it was. That's what it was. So then,
an intentional screw up.
of course, all our screw ups are intentional, right? We always do that on purpose. For teaching purposes, we call it. So there, I'm going all around. If I'm starting to get, you see how I'm getting a little part off there. Don't worry about it now. We're gonna get that part off anyways.
You're gonna cut it off, yeah.
Right?
You're gonna cut open that window and that'll be removed. So.
Yes. Really, the important part here is this buccal portion, and you'll see why. You will see why. Actually, we will be cutting this section here. This excess can easily be added over here.
Give it strength.
To give it some more strength. At the end, what I care when I'm taking this different kind of impression, what I want really is the soft tissues. These teeth will be taken with an alginate impression after. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds weird, and it does not make sense at all. But this is what we're looking for right now. You can even do either. How is this handle gonna work? Look. It's gonna go from here, from the back. Can you see it there?
Right.
What I did is I bent the sides from one side and the other, right?
So it'll contour into the anterior palate.
And it goes like this. Once you have that, then you put a little coat, another coat of this VCL, and just put it there.
You might want to try your alginate tray over it though first.
You're right. Before we do this, let's cut that, and then we'll edit.
is you're going to take the secondary impression with alginate on top of this tray with the window open. But you'll probably take the handle off when you do that, because the elastomeric material will have already set and you
Right.
trimmed it.
So
Ahead of time, select an alginate tray. So
as I was mentioning, we'll do the border molding with this tray, right? Then we'll have a window where the teeth will be showing. And why am I doing this? Why am I going so crazy with this stuff? Well, if these teeth are so mobile, they have so much periodontal disease, and I use that very hard elastomeric material, I may create some extractions with this. So that's why I want to use some alginate, just to copy that part of it. So that means when I'm done taking the impression of the border molds and the palette and all that, that's on a dynamic way. We're border molding and we're not using that alginate that overextends that impression. Once I have that, I will put it back into the patient's mouth. I take this off and take an alginate impression, and I will take the whole thing with the alginate impression, having inside of the teeth, inside of this tray, my primary tray with the border mold, and the teeth are copied with the alginate. Does that make sense?
Sí.
¿Sí o no?
Sí, señor.
Gracias. So
Sí,
that
professor.
way. Okay, so you have to make sure this fits, okay? Now I'm gonna do the handle. So I previously bended the handle, right? If you don't whistle while you're working, it always comes out better. So now, once you're in this stage right here, it's time for what?
Light.
Light cure,
It'll be
right?
light.
So let's take a quick look on the overall of this tray. We got the handle, we got the tissue stops, we got the window of the teeth, right? We got all the way down to the deepest part of the vestibule, copied, posterior palatal seal, and that's pretty much what we have.
And we're going to have a bead that shows where we want to cut back for the tray.
Yes, exactly. That V was the indentation we marked in the wax, right? Now you can. I find that anything you do prior to the curing light, it's going to be so much easier than having to grind and spending hours and hours and hours trying to grind things out. So right now, look, I'm just making it pretty. Well, not pretty. I'm just opening a little bit more of the space, so I don't have to grind much on the lathe or using these acrylic burrs. Okay.
Now you really want to expose the teeth down to the gingival.
Right.
Okey-doke.
How do you like it?
Ready to cure.
End results? Let's go. Salud. All right. Okay, now we got the tray out of. We got the tray
Out of the
out
curing.
of the
Curing unit.
curing
yeah.
unit.
We have rinsed it off in the boil-out tank. So
Look
we
what
got rid
Dr.
of the
Van
wax.
did. He rinsed it out of the boiling tank and he cleaned it. We always want to grab a alcohol wipe and kind of go all around the tray to kind of take out that oxygen inhibition.
Inhibition
You say it,
layer.
Dr. Van.
Oxygen inhibition layer.
Oxygen inhibition layer, okay? That way it's not all gooey and sticky. Once we're done that, you clean that and you should get something like this, okay? Now, what I wanted to show you is how that indentation we've made on the
And the
wax.
wax, yeah.
Look at it. And I think you're gonna be able to see it. Can you see it there, Wally?
Yeah. Just tip it a little bit. Tip it back towards you a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, you can see it there.
You see also the
Pusher palatal seal outline you've got there.
all the way down to the back. You know, pretty much. And that's exactly how and where, you know, we've been talking about drawing and painting our work so we see how far we need to go. This is the perfect way. This is a very didactic and very good way to know how much and how far we need to go as far as it goes onto the limits of this tray. Also, what it's gonna give me is gonna give me a little bit bigger and a thicker end of that tray. So now it's time for us to trim it with the electric trimmer.
You're on.
So as I'm grinding, look, I've been grinding all the way down to where I drew the line. And this line, how I found that line? Well, it was the indentation of what Dr. Van told us how to do this in this way. And I think it's a very nice and easy way to really find what is the limit or how short we want this custom impression tray. Now, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just making it a little bit thinner on certain sides. Right. And also, on the tooth side, probably I'm just gonna make it a little bit, you know, smooth.
Yeah, take that little bead off. You don't need it. And even the window, open it up and you don't have any sharp edges.
Right. Very important not having any sharp edges, right, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be taking an impression on a patient and having them bleeding. They tend to lose confidence in you.
Yes.
Dr. Fabricating, to show how religious he is, he even wears holy gloves, so, you know.
My holy glove.
That's right.
I'm almost done. I like to go like this, just to take off that oxygen inhibition layer as well. You don't have to do this. Let me turn this off. I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna. Well, if we had some air, maybe get this. And this is what we end up with.
That's your homework assignment.
That's,
No, that's what we're going to be doing. Your homework assignment is you're making the cast, and then next, after Thanksgiving, you're going to make this tray.
So this is. Now, think about this. We're not taking the final impression on Miss Leila Saints, but you have a very nice and stable way of